Hello. So, today we are just going to learn about this SAP Business Process Flow. In this video, we are just learn that we had a different models like material management, production planning and control, sales and distribution model, finance and controlling, warehouse management, extended warehouse management. Like this, there are a lot of models. So how they are integrated with each other, and how the things a business runs basically. So okay, so we will be just understanding this all concept, taking an example of an organization. Let's say I'm an organization which is manufacturing textile. So let's say a towel industry. Okay, we are a manufacturing of towel industry. Okay, and our company name is XYZ. Let's take an example. Okay, and we had a customer ABC. So customer ABC, okay, they need some towels. Okay, so what they are going to do, they're going to send an inquiry to various organizations. Okay, so that inquiry will come to even to us also. Are you manufacturing the towels with this much size, this kind of color, this kind of fabrics? All these parameters they will be sending to us. Okay, and based on that, they will be sending us an inquiry. Okay, after that, there will be a quotation process. That means we are going to send them a quotation saying ki, yes, we manufacturing this product, these are the specification, and these are the prices for it. Okay, and these are the delivery models, like how we are going to deliver this product to you with these parameters. Okay, so once these all things are finalized, what customer is going to do, customer is going to raise a purchase order. Okay, the customer is going to raise a purchase order. That customer purchase order, for us it will be a kind of sales order, because we are going to sell. For them it's a purchase order. Okay, but for us it's a sales order. So what we are going to raise in SAP system, we are going to raise a sales order. Okay, with all those parameters. Okay, with all those parameters like price, quantity, delivery schedules. Okay, shipping conditions, what are the shipping conditions, like whether it's going to be traveled, whether you're going to be transported through air, whether it's going to be transported to road, ship, like depending on the situations. Okay, we are going to, so we are going to maintain all those parameters in sales order based on our quotations. Okay, now what will happen, sales order came to us. Okay, now let's say they told that I need some 1,000 pieces of green color towel with XYZ fabrics. Okay, so that sales order, once it came to our system, okay, we will be checking a stock. Do we really have a stock for this? We will be checking it. Now here again it comes like make to stock situation or make to order situations, kind of things. Two different concepts are there. Make to stock means like we already had a fixed parameters and we are keeping the stock in our warehouse, and whenever the sales order comes, we are going to dispatch that goods. Okay, that means we are going to maintain some kind of safety stock for that materials every time. Okay, because we know, okay, like this is going to be the we are going to sell this kind of amount. We are going to sell this much amount of goods every time, because we know this is a running product. So that's why it's called as make to stock. Okay, make to order means it's a kind of customized product, like in kind of panel industry or switchgear industry, where things are not fixed. Okay, so customer, based on their requirement, we generally we do the productions. Okay, like in case of panel industry, there are a lot of parameters which they need, so that is called a make to order. So for those kind of things, we are not preparing the, we are not product doing the production in advance, because we don't know the specification, on which kind of a specification customer needs. So based on the requirement, we used to produce. So that is called a make to order. Okay, so right now we are just considering about make to stock. Okay, so after that, what we are going to do, we are going to just do a stock checking. Okay, whether the stocks are available or not. Now, because this is a finished good inventory, so we will be checking the finished good inventory, finished goods inventory. Okay, so for checking the stock, like there are SAP transaction MMB, MB52. Okay, so through those two transactions, we can check the stock. There are other transactions also, but most probably we usually refer MMB and MB52. MB52, you will be getting a list of materials. In MMB, you will get a single materials details. Okay, so let's say we are going to check the stock. Okay, now question comes, is the stock available to us, or is the stock not available to us? Okay, because there can be a situation where though we thought to keep the safety stock of this amount, but unfortunately we cannot maintain the stock due to various reasons. It can happen. Okay, so let's say we had a stock available. Wow, that's great. So we had a stock available. So what we are going to do, we are going to create an outbound delivery through L10B. There are other different transactions through which you can just create a outbound delivery. Okay, so we are not going on we are not going to do a debate, or we are not going to discuss on this much transaction, because based on different SAP business scenarios, there are different transactions through which you can create this outbound delivery. Okay, so for us, we should understand, we should not focus on transaction code, we should focus on the business process concepts. Okay, so we are going to create an outbound delivery. Now after that outbound delivery, we are just going to do a picking. Okay, once the picking is done, we are going to create a PGI. Okay, now here one more things comes, which is not which I haven't shown here. Okay, in this screen. So picking, when we say picking, okay, what happens in warehouse management? Now here comes an integration between uh, SD and integration SDA and inventory management. Inventory management basically a warehouse management. Okay, so in warehouse management, let's say there was a requirement of 1,000 quantity. We checked, yes, 1,000 is there, but we don't know in which location this 1,000 quantity is kept. Okay, so for that we required a SAP warehouse management, where it will tell you exactly at which location this 1,000 pieces are kept. Okay, so for that, transfer requirement and transfer orders are created. Okay, which I could not, unfortunately I could not show in the slide, but these are the concept which you should know. Okay, so based on that, picking is done. Once the picking is done, that means transfer order is confirmed. Okay, that means picking is completed, and then we do a PGI. Without that, you won't be able to do the PGI, because this is a setting in the system. Okay, so let's not go into those kind of details. Okay, now once the stock is available, we have completed this steps. Okay, after that we are going to do a billing, and then payment is going to be received from the customer, because customer has received that good, and based on that they had released the payment to us. Now let's say when stock is not available, so what is going to happen? Okay, so stock is not available, so we need to generate the requirement, because we need to dispatch the goods to the customer. Okay, so let's say we are going to generate the requirement. So for generating the requirement in SAP system, there is a MRP is there, that is a material requirement planning. Okay, there is a different transaction, MD04 is there. Now even as for HANA came into picture, so in that also there are a lot of good new stuffs are there. Okay, so which we are not going to discuss at this stage of time. So basically we know that yes, we need to run the MRP means a material requirements planning. Okay, so we will be running this MRP. Okay, what will happen if for running the MRP, okay, there will be a bomb. Okay, now let's say if I say I need a towel. Okay, so for towel you need a lot of raw materials to manufacture. Let's say green color means you need a color green, then you need to dye, you need cotton. Okay, then you need water, lot of chemicals, lot of raw materials would be there to manufacture that green color towel, green fabric towel. Okay, so for that you will be have a bill of material, like for making this, what are the list of material which we are going to require, that is called BOM. Okay, a bill of material. So you can just look over over those things through in a CS11 transaction code. Okay, now when MRP runs, okay, MT04, okay, so what will happen? It will generate a purchase requisitions for external good. Now let's say raw material. Raw material we are not going to produce. What we are going to do? We are going to procure externally. So for that we require a purchase requisitions. Okay, and plan order. Okay, which is MD11, which is required to generate a production order. Okay, so basically like there may a lot of people can ask me, yes, we can convert this plan order also into a purchase requisition. Yes, you can do, but for just easy understanding, I have defined here like when MRP runs, you will be getting purchase equation directly for external goods, and plan order you will be getting for internal goods, okay, which you are going to manufacture internally, like sub assemblies kind of things. Okay, now let's say we will be focusing first on external sides, that is process flows. Okay, so what will happen? Let's say MRP, when MRP run successfully, it created a purchase equations. Okay, now you need a PR approvals, okay, ME54N to ME54N. It is not mandatory that you will always be having a PR approvals, but in some organizations they prefer an PR approval process. Okay, so basically just to control that department should not buy unnecessary goods. Okay, so some kind of approval process is required, so you can have a PR approval process there. Okay, now again, now question comes. Okay, is this a first time order, like the raw materials which we are going to procure, whether we are procuring the first time or we have already procured this item? So we say yes, this is the first time order. Let's say, let's take example. What do you mean by first time order? Means that the raw material, let's say, because this is the case where we are trying to understand that yes, this is not a new time, first time we are manufacturing this towel. Already we have manufactured this towel a lot of time. But let's say there would be some kind of raw materials which was not available, and we thought to purchase a new raw material, a substitute of that raw materials. Okay, so it will be a first time orders. Okay, so what we are going to do? We are going to create a request for quotation. Okay. Now don't get confused with that quotation with customer care. Okay. Now in this case, now we are the customer. Okay, and we need this product. Okay, and there would be some supplier. Okay, like we are the supplier for the green towels. Okay, same way we require some raw material, so we are a customer and somebody would be the supplier, which will be called as a vendor. Okay, so for that we will be raising a quotation. Yes, we required request for quotations. Okay, after that a vendor like XK01. Okay, nowadays in S4 HANA it is a BP, that is a business partner. Again, I will be telling you separately on that part. Okay, so what will happen, that quotation came from vendor. Okay, so in ME48 we will be maintaining that quotation. Okay, after that there will be a vendor selection. Now let's say there are some 4 or 5 vendors which they have given sent us a quotation. Okay, so we cannot raise a PO to every vendors. Okay, so we will be doing the selection in that. Okay, so these things we can do in ME49. Now this process which I am telling, ME47, 48, 49, this is not mandatory, you can do it offline also, but it is always suggested, yes, you should go through an SAP process. Okay, okay, so now vendor is approved. Okay, now vendor selection in ME14, then after that vendor is approved. Yes, to this vendor only we are going to procure. Now we are going to raise a purchase order to vendor ME21N. Okay, to ME21. So in that purchase order, basically what we are going to tell, yes, this purchase, because the purchase order is a legal entity. Okay, till now the purchase requisitions, quotation, vendor selection, these are not a legal in documents. Okay, these are just formal documents, but a purchase order, when it is raised, this is a legal document. Okay, so basically in that you are just telling, okay, what is the price of this, with the vendor whom we are going to procure, then what is the price, what is the quantity we are going to take, what is the scheduling for that, like in which all schedules you are going to procure this material, that in which all schedule the supplier is going to supply these materials, what are the input terms for that. Okay, like there are a lot of things which is defined in this purchase order. Okay, so once this purchase order is raised, okay, so that's what I'm saying, like if it's the first time order, we need to complete this all process. Okay, but if it is not a first time orders, okay, that means directly PR approval is there, we know the vendors, we will be raising directly a purchase order. Okay, then purchase order approval is required. Okay, that is done in ME29. Basically in this, okay, let's say if I am a creator of PO, then my manager, he will be approving. So in this also there can be a lot of ways by which you can define the uh, flows, different, so we can have 8 levels of strategy in this purchase order approvals. Okay, and it is done at the header level basically. So we will be learning all those things at a later stage. Okay, so let's say we had approval process is done. Okay, now what will happen, that PO been sent to a vendor based on the different agreements. Okay, vendor is dispatching the goods. Okay, now that goods came to our gate. Okay, now we need to do the good receipt. So that good receipt is done through Amigo. In this process, basically you can have ASN concepts also, where advanced shipment notification is given to organization from vendor, where vendor will tell that, that this is the quantity against this purchase order I am sending to you on this date. Okay, so based on that inbound delivery, okay, basically that is done in VL31. Okay, through that also you can do Amigo, but right now we are doing this Migo based on the purchase order. Okay, so after that, once you receive the good, definitely you cannot without the quality check you cannot go ahead. Okay, so for that quality check, transaction code is there, QA32 is there. Okay, so through that QA32, QA11 is there. So basically through that transactions, okay, so you do the quality check. So basically you create inspection plan, what different size, different things are there. Okay, parameters based on that, like this raw material, the fabric is good or not, and this is good for this towels or not. Like this, there are different things are there. Okay, in Q model. Okay, so basically this is the quality model which now came into the picture. Okay, so in this you will be doing a quality check. Okay, once this quality is okay, that means the product which you required, the raw materials which you required from the vendor is as per the specification and as per the requirement. So yes, the quality is good. So now that quality will come to our stock, inventory stock, that is a component inventory stock. Okay, it will not be a finished good, it will be a component stock. Okay, now let's say the quality check is done. There can be a scenario, okay, where the quality check was done and the goods was not as per the specification. So definitely we are going to reject it. Okay, that's why we said no, the quality was not good. So that means a rejection will happen. That material will go to vendor. Okay, and again vendor will be sending the material to us. Okay, then again this that will be a good receipt will happen. So there is a process. So in this also there can lot be a, there can be a different scenario, but for just business understanding we will understand that yes, there was a quality check, rejection happened, vendor agreed, yes, we are going to send you a new lot, or we are going to replace it with different materials. Okay, so after that again the good receipt is done. Okay, again the quality check will done, and then component will come to our stock. Okay, when good result happens at that time, basically you should remember, okay, there will be a accounting document which will be getting generated, and material document will get generated. Okay, so basically these two document means, material document means it records the material movements. Okay, so let's say here the moment type is 101, that means good receipt against the purchase order. Okay, so once you do amigo, uh, a material document is generated, so system it records like what was the material against which vendors you have taken, what was the quantity, time, etc, etc things. Okay, it is recorded. The financial documents, like what was the price, there will be different GLs for that. Okay, so those kind of things, okay, it is recorded in accounting document. So basically in this, you system records the price on the different GLs. Okay, so the different accounting entries will be hit on that. Okay, so this was the accounting document. Okay, after that there would be a invoice. Okay, based on that invoice, vendor will be payment will be done to the vendor. Okay, and then we'll be having invoice verifications, and then a final accounting, financial accounting will be activated, where that means you are going to do the payment to the vendor. So basically this section which you have seen here, na, it was a complete cycle basically you have learned, where where purchase equation was there based on the demand. Okay, that demand after approvals, okay, you had quotation, then you had a vendor selection, vendor is approved, then you raise the purchase order. Okay, then based on that purchase order, good receipt came, amigo was done, quality check was done, rejection also we have seen what happened. If it is not rejection, then the stock came to our warehouse. Okay, and after that invoice verification is done and the payment is done to the vendors. Okay, now let's say here also uh, there is another model integration that is called a warehouse management model integration. Okay, you can have a EWM model or you can have a warehouse model. Okay, in this also, like what will happen, okay, that good goods came to us. Okay, now you cannot keep the goods anywhere. If you, let's say if you had a very big warehouse, okay, so you should keep the stock on some specified location. Okay, so that whenever you require, you should be easily able to identify where the stock is. So for a human being it's not easy to identify all those things. So for that we required a bin. So in this also, different based on different strategies, different concepts. Okay, system suggests a location where you should keep the stock. Okay, so that is called a warehouse management concept, which I haven't shown here because of the space constraint and other things. Okay, so that will come into the under the stock component inventory. So in this case also, you will be having a transfer requirement and transfer orders will be generated. Once you confirm the transfer orders, that means the stock is placed in that bin. So basically transfer order tells you that at which location, which destination bin you should keep the stock. That is called a transfer order. I will be making a separate videos on those tutorials also. Nothing to worry on those parts. Okay, now stock is ready with us. Okay, so initially we don't have a stock, that the green fabric towel. Okay, now for that we procure the raw materials also. We have seen the raw materials. Okay, now we had this plan order. Okay, now that plan order, okay, we are going to convert that plan order into production order. Basically plan order means it's a kind of intimation ki yes, we require to manufacturing, but for manufacturing those 500 towel quantity, we don't have a stock. Okay, so that's why we procured everything. Now we had the stock in our raw material stores. Now let's do the production. Okay, so for that production order we need to convert that plan order into production order. That is done to a CO01. Okay, now for that also there are different transactions based on different industry, like process industries. Okay, and repetitive industry, discrete industries, like different ways. So let's not go into the transaction code, but for that CO01 is the transaction code. Through that also you can do that production order. Okay, now when you create a production order, okay, there are a lot of things which comes into picture, like a routing is there, bomb is there, capacity planning is there. Okay, a lot of concepts are there. Okay, so basically routing still, like let's say you had some process. Okay, suppose for manufacturing this towel, you are going to do washing of raw materials. Okay, then dyeing it, then cleaning, like let's say there are some different XYZ processes are there. Okay, so basically you route them. Okay, you're giving a routing, what are the processes in which through which this production is going to happen. Capacity planning means like let's say a washing is a place where you're going to do raw materials, which cotton washing or something like that, some process there. So you need to have a capacity planning. Okay, or suppose if you are going to manufacturing a finished product, a towel. Okay, so there also you need what is the manpower is there, what is the man machine capacity there. Okay, so what is the raw materials capacity. Okay, so based on that you do a capacity planning. Okay, for that things. So those all things comes into the calculations for creating a production, because for this, because here the cost is involved. Okay, so this is a production orders. Once the and bomb already we know, we have understood key what is the bomb. Okay, so based on that production order, the components are issued uh, against this production order to shop floors. Okay, that is done through MB1B is there, or different ways are there. Like if you had a warehouse management, so based on that CO01 you can have a pick list, pull list. Okay, or replenishment concept is also there. Okay, where replenishment means you have defined some stock level. Okay, and let's say you have defined a minimum stock, maximum stock, and replenishment quantity. So the stock, as the stock dips below that minimum stock, okay, automatically system will generate a requirement to the warehouse to fulfill that stocks. Okay, so this kind of concepts are there. Pick list is there, where based on that production order, okay, system generates a requirement to the warehouse. Okay, ki boss, ki this is the requirement to produce this production order, so you should supply this material to shop floors. Okay, so based on that, let's assume that against this production order goods are issued. Okay, now uh, I guess this is a wrong description where accounting document and material document is shown in MB1B, because this is not going to happen. Okay, because whenever there is any uh, things, there won't be any accounting document and material document. Okay, now let's say production orders is production order. Now this production order, once the production order, you need to release those orders. Okay, after that order confirmation is there. Okay, order confirmation means like let's say you receive the production order, against that production order you have done the production. Okay, now you need to consume the good raw materials which you exhausted during the productions. Okay, so for that you need to confirm the order. Confirm the order means like there was requirement for 1,000 quantity, and you have done the production for that 1,000 quantity against that production order. Okay, now again quality check will be there. Quality check is must. Okay, the finished good which you produce, whether that finished good is as per the specifications or not. Okay, that is very mandatory, whether it is a green color or that green color, whether that the texture is good, whether the fabric is good. Okay, cloth conditions is good. It's like all the, is there any issues or no, or not any issues, all those kinds of things are done. So quality check will be done. If stocks are rejected, okay, then rework is done. Then you can done through MB31. Okay, and after that rework, you again submitted that to a quality. Okay, to check. Once they say yes, now the stock is good. Okay, so what you can do, you can again you can do MIGO process. Okay, MIGO process means that a good receipt is, once this process production order is confirmed, that means UD is given. Okay, that means the process order is finally confirmed and all the goods are issued. So here for component, okay, the moment 261 will be taking place, where 261 means consumption of the raw materials. Okay, and good receipt will happen for the parent item, that means a green towel. Okay, so for that 101 will happen. Okay, now what happened? Now Migo is done. As Migo is done and all the quality check is done, stock will come to your finished goods inventory. Okay, finished good inventory. Now as this 101 and 261, so that means the cost was involved for the against that production order. So you can just look over that production order, you will find all those costs and a lot of things, so we will see it. Okay, so once this once this finished good inventory, the stock is replenished. Okay, so after that, let's see, yeah, you can see the accounting document and material document was generated. Okay, now order completion will happen. If you look over the bottom, order completion is there, order settlement is there. Order settlement means, let's say, as per the BOM you required XYZ with XY with some quantities. Okay, so against that, the production orders actual confirmation which happen, whether that is correct or not. Let's say if you require a material ABC with one quantity, two quantity, or three quantity. Okay, so against that, whether one, two, three quantity is done or not, or is there any difference in quantity or not. So basically those things we do in order settlements. Okay, after that, cost accounting, final costing is done, and final costing is done. So basically this was the process of the finance side. Okay, now, coming to this finished goods inventory. Now, initially we don't have a stock, but now the stock again came to the picture. So for that, again, same process. It will be done. Outbound delivery will be created. Picking is will be done. PGI will be done, and billing will be done, and the payment will be done to the vendor. That's all about this SAP business process flow. Hope you like this video. Thank you very much for your time, and we will be seeing you in the next video. Thank you very much.